Hallo Schüler, hallo Schülerinnen, willkommen in der Grammatikstube. Ich bin Herr K. und das ist Alex.
Hallo Schüler, hallo Schülerinnen.
Hallo Alex.
Hallo John.
Ich habe ein paar Fragen für dich, Alex. Ja, ich wollte wissen, was hast du versucht in der letzten Woche zu tun?
In der letzten Woche, was habe ich versucht zu tun?
Ja, was hast du versucht in der letzten Woche zu tun?
Ja, also, ich habe versucht, jeden Tag zu joggen. Ach. Ja.
Und hast du es geschafft?
Ja, ich habe es geschafft.
Na super. Und was hast du noch versucht zu tun?
Ich habe auch versucht, mehr Gemüse zu essen.
Und? Geschafft?
Nein, leider nicht.
Ach, schade. Und noch etwas, Alex?
Oh, ich habe auch versucht, etwas zu kochen. Und nein, ich habe es nicht geschafft. Es war eine Katastrophe.
Oh, meine Güte.
Ah, das passiert.
Na, okay. Alex, those phrases that you use were actually phrases that were what we would call infinitive phrases with the verb versuchen.
An infinitive phrase?
Right, an infinitive phrase. Now, have you heard what that is, or do you know what that is, an infinitive phrase?
It sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar? Let's have a closer look at those statements you made, okay?
All right.
Okay, here we go. Alex, you said, ich habe versucht, jeden Tag zu joggen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a closer look at that. And then the next one was, ich habe versucht, mehr Obst zu essen. Ja?
Yeah.
Und dann, ich habe versucht, etwas zu kochen. Now, in all of those, tell me, do you see some similarities in those phrases at the end?
It looks like they all end with a zu and a verb.
Right, so first let's highlight that zu. All of them do have a zu. And then you're right, there's a verb at the end. And that verb, describe that verb for me.
It looks like it's not conjugated.
It's not conjugated.
That must mean it's an infinitive verb.
It's an infinitive verb, and therefore these are called infinitive phrases.
Ah.
So, Alex, let's look at some English translations of those and see if they look familiar, okay?
Okay,
so
sounds
let's
good.
take a look at those same sentences, and we'll put the English next to them. We already have ich habe versucht. That means
I have tried.
I have tried. And then jeden Tag zu joggen would be
To jog every day.
aha, gut. Und mehr Obst zu essen would be
To eat more fruit.
to eat more fruit. Okay. Und etwas zu kochen would be
To cook something.
to cook something. I'm beginning to see a pattern here with the word order. Do you see some sort of a pattern there?
I do see a pattern. It looks like the English phrase comes right after the conjugated verb.
Okay, so the English phrase comes, the infinitive verb plus the two plus the infinitive verb come right after the conjugated verb, right at the beginning of that phrase. Whereas in German, the zu joggen is at the end.
That's right, it is at the
Okay,
end.
and what about the next one? Mehr Obst zu essen would be the to eat more fruit. That's right at the beginning. And the infinitive verb in the last one is?
Again, right after the conjugated verb.
Okay.
At the beginning of the infinitive phrase.
Okay, so let's talk about, Alex, again, some of the similarities and differences you see. The similarities being between German and English when you use versuchen is that they're both
They both use an infinitive phrase.
They both use an infinitive phrase, and one of the main differences is the place where the infinitive verb goes.
That's correct.
Okay.
In the English, it comes right after the conjugated verb. However, in the German, the infinitive phrase goes to the end of the phrase.
Okay, let's look at, Alex, let's look at two different sentences now.
Okay.
I'm going to put them up here in just a second. Here we go. Two different sentences. Ich versuche, meinen Kuli zu finden, the German. And there's the English. What do we have for English there?
I'm trying to find my ballpoint pen.
All right. Now, both of those have to try, and they both have infinitive phrases. And As you said, one of the differences is that in German, the infinitive verb form with zu goes to the end. And there it is.
That's
you can
correct.
see it. And where is it in the English sentence?
In the English, it's right after the conjugated verb trying.
It's right after the conjugated verb, so it's earlier on. Okay, so that's the main difference. Now, there is another smaller difference there that students might not have noticed. There's a rule in German.
Yeah,
Do
it
you
looks
know?
like there's a comma there in that German sentence.
There's a comma. In German, you're going to put a comma between two phrases normally, especially when there's lots of information in both of them. So a comma will be common, or actually it's a rule in German to have a comma there. So,
It is.
So yeah, that's important to have that comma there between the phrases. And when you get to your work on your Fragebogenschüler, you will have to put that comma in there as well. So good. So Alex, I think the Schüler and Schülerinnen will be about ready to try this on their own.
I think so.
Okay, let's have a look at what's on the Fragebogen. Schüler, we got this. Was hast du diese Woche versucht? We already heard what Alex tried to do. Let's see what you tried to do. Well, I got some sentences for you. You've got to translate them and write a complete sentence. Ich habe versucht is at the top, and you're going to have to complete each sentence. To speak German,
To drink more orange juice, to eat a boiled egg, and to not forget my key.
okay, and that last one's going to be a little tough because there's the word not in there, but all of those are vocabulary words we've had, and all of those, Alex, are going to end, let's see, they're going to end with a zu and a
Infinitive form of the verb.
infinitive form of the verb, a verb that ends with en.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so that's the tip on those, Shula. Good luck, and I'm sure you'll do well if you've paid attention. Und ja, Alex, das war's für heute. Erledigt.
Erledigt.